Hey guys, it's Eric here at Farpoint Farms. Check this out, another mixing board for the radio station. This is the MaonoCaster G1 NEC. It's a gaming audio mixer, that's what it's sold as. But as you'll see when I open it up, it is perfect for Part 15 and community broadcasting radio setups. It gives you the ability to have both music, mics, and some preset sound effects or recordings all into one little setup here. It's really cool. So let's go ahead and open this thing up. And they sell these with microphones that come with it, or they sell them plain like this one here. All right, well here we go here. And this is the unit. As I said, it's the G1, and this is kind of cool. It's got rubber pads, for keeping it here. But if you were a musician and wanted this on a mixer board or something like that, where you wanted it on a stand, it's actually got a threaded hole there for a tripod or something like that. As far as the composition of it, it's got a good feel to it. It's a kind of a soft textured plastic rubber coating. And we do have DC 5 volts in. It does come with USB-C to USB connector for that. It also has a USB-C to PC connection, which is what I'll be using it for mainly. And then we have a audio out, a headphone in, an auxiliary in. Either you could do this one of two ways, and this is kind of cool. So it does have a regular microphone input for like a headset. If you were a gamer, you want to have earphones and a mic, you can do that. You could have just a mic. Or it does have a traditional XLR, I think it is, mic connection there. So it gives you some professional quality microphone options to use with something like this. And as far as what would you want to use this for, myself, I'm going to be using this for my little radio station as a nice little external mixer board. I use Shoutcast to broadcast my internet radio station. I'll leave a direct link to that radio station below. And occasionally we do live shows and stuff on there. So this will be for that pretty much. But there are a lot of other uses for something like this too. The biggest one I can see, other than of course gaming, if you wanted to live stream gaming stuff, would be podcasts. This gives you some additional ways to change your voice. We have gain, we have reverb, and we have noise reducer, voice changer, direct monitor, which also has loop back, sidechain, RGB. We can turn the music on and off, and we can turn the mic on and off through mixer board, so we can get just the right amount of everything we want. And then of course we have mute buttons as well. Let me go ahead and turn it on. I don't know if it has any juice in it. All right, well here we are. As you can see, I really like that. The kind of got this whole setup here where everything kind of changes colors. And I'm going to back the camera up a little bit just so you can see where I'm working off. This is our radio station here, all in its glory. I'm using Zara Radio, which is a free app here, and we're gonna go ahead into that. And you can see we have bumpers and everything else going on there. But this just streams right to Shoutcast. I'll kind of minimize this. Then you can see Shoutcast DSP. But anyway, back to this. If I wanted to, now I have the ability. What I would open up here if I was going to continue with this as I want to make a podcast, I'd use a program like Audacity. And using Audacity, hook a microphone into this, and I'm able to have professional setup. I want to mute that. Oh, I don't want the music. I want to mute that. Right, we can pull these slider bars up and down to get just the right amount, and I love that. Oh, that's pretty. Also have the ability to hit Bluetooth. We can Bluetooth into this thing. And then 48 volts if we wanted to use a condenser microphone. Voice changer rolls through. If you can look at my other video on the other unit that I had there. But we have the ability to do some pretty cool stuff as far as woman's voice, child voice, robot voice, really slow voice, really kind of cool. Up here, adjustable headphone out, so we're not getting blasted by too hot a signal coming out of there. We do have reverb. I wouldn't use that much more than maybe there. And then of course mic gain and system gain are right there. Noise reducer has two different modes, and so we'll leave that actually on there. And we can change those to the different types of voices that are available, or turn it off altogether. And then these are these are programmable. So I want to have in between music, hey, you're listening to WFPF radio. Boom, press that button, lock it in. Then if I'm doing a live show, I can have my identifier put in there. I could have some kind of sound effects like cheers or clapping or boos, whatever you want to put in there. And it can be a lot more than that, but that's just the easiest way to go about describing it. Anyway, look, it's a really simplistic setup here. and it works, and that's what's really cool about it. You have, like I said, the output here for MP3 or direct to your computer, although for me, direct connect to a computer is where we're at. Microphone out, aux in, and then mic, earphone mic, and just mic, and then XLR connection there, so that rounds it out. Yeah, pretty nice little setup, man. I like it. I like it. Gaming audio mixer, G1 Nero. I'll leave a link to where you can get it, and I'll see you next time, my friends. Take care.